Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. Now, Dion Lewis to return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Brady gives now to Blunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the gun, it's Brady. Flushed out right. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you, you know? At the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Going for it all. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here's Lewis. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Brady. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Vinny Curry able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead him up 3rd and long. Looking deep here for Dion Lewis. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down now, it's Murray. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that. Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll try to right side with Murray, shedding the tackle. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes the thing of beauty. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Bradford to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bradford, and his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Completes it to Aguilar. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Bradford now to throw on 1st down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To the air again with Bradford. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here comes the Eagles defense. They work their way back onto the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there for the Patriots.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Let me go.
Play action, now it's Brady. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone,
But you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally, you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. A first down throw for Bradford. Ertz has it left side. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Working with a 2nd and 4. Bradford again. And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for Philadelphia. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This one caught left side by Cooper. And he's out right at the 25. Again, it's Bradford. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Bradford. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing deep for Murray. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, here's Blunt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On 3rd down, Blunt. And they're going to get the 1st down here across the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll run on 1st down. Blunt. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking deep now for Amendola. And got his man complete. All the way in. Touchdown, New England. Danny Amendola, 84 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next-Gen stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Here's Bradford. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, Blunt. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And we tend to give those running backs or the slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Now they'll throw with Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Blunt. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down and 4, Bradford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
On first down, Blunt. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Lewis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now Lewis here on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Lewis taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off now. On the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Important extra point up and through, and that makes the score 14-7. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So now the Eagles down 14-7, and time a huge factor. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bradford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Able to find Ertz. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Now Bradford. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Bradford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. They'll run again with Blunt. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly 1 minute to go in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Blunt. And a short gain down to about the 33. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now a carry for Blunt. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.